Alright everyone, welcome to Jasper's History Facts. Well, today is September the 14th, and on this day, in 1847, General Winfield Scott, following a string of grand victories, finally captures Mexico City. So this is the Mexican-American War. It's in the 1840s. It's one of these wars that the reasoning it happened and the actual reasoning may be a little different. So the reason it happened, there was some stuff that Mexico had that we wanted, of course. But there's also another reasoning that this war happened that's probably closer to some of the truth. It's probably a mix of both, actually, to be fair. But, and that's America kind of knows we're heading towards a great breaking point by this point. By the 1840s, it's kind of well aware. People are pretty aware. So they try to get in these wars with other nations to prevent this. Because, a country at war, more likely to be a cohesive unit rather than broken apart, especially in the 1840s at this point. So it's kind of one of the reasons. This happens later, actually, before the Civil War. There's a lot of attempts to get into wars with the United Kingdom. It's probably Great Britain, actually, still at that point, but Great Britain and a few other nations to just try to prevent the Civil War before it happens. So these wars, they're kind of leading up to this. Winfield Scott, actually, not a character that's really talked about in a lot of American history, even though he played a big part in much of American history. He is obviously the main general that people remember from the Mexican-American War, him and Zachary Taylor as well. Actually, Winfield Scott tried to be president as well. It just didn't end up ever working out. He's actually in charge of all the Union forces, even until the Civil War. Even during the Civil War, most of the Union forces for a long time of that war are commanded by Winfield Scott. Now, he's like the main upper commander. Obviously, there's the people that are the actual in charge people more so, but like the eventually Grant and the Army of the Potomac. But you have Winfield Scott, who's just around. He is a longtime veteran of the military, and he's there for a long, long time. Very important character, and he gets really his big start in this war. So, yeah, now you know.